yo, Josh.
Roll smooth with a bang.
Hello, my beautiful Torontonians. It's your girl Sasha, aka Miss Damon _ the plug. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to like, subscribe to my channel. And today I have my dope guest here. He's a fashion designer. His name is Demaine. Demaine, what's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Sasha. Thank you for having me.
You know, we all love fashion and want to know what's trending right now. Let us know about how you grew up, where you grew up.
Well, one, I'm gonna say thank you again for having me on the show. It's awesome to be here. And I kind of grew up between like Scarborough and the West End. More Scarborough than the West, but like you know, the West really lives in me, and I embody it a lot.
Yeah.
Morningside in Ellesmere, if you guys are familiar, it's Mornell Court. It's like a block up away from like Galloway. So yeah, I kind of just grew up. I grew up in Scarborough, and then I was in the West. I was in Durham. I'm kind of a guy that kind of bounced around all over the place in it, but the West End and Scarborough are like the roots of who Demaine Tyrone is. Yeah.
Alright, so what are you? What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Hey! Leo stand up!
You know what I'm saying? Gang, gang.
Leo. Wait, are you a July Leo or August
I'm
Leo?
an August Leo.
Oh! I'm a July Leo, so it's okay. It's okay. We're still Leos. Whatever. Alright, so let's get into it. What made you want to start to design clothing? What inspired you?
Well, the very condensed version to like what got me there was I was in Fort McMurray for 6 years, and then we had that big wildfire that happened out there, and then I relocated for a girl in Vancouver. Was out there for about three years, and then I couldn't find myself in Vancouver, and towards the end of like it was time for me to come home. I was like, you know, I want to explore the world of fashion, like, you know what I mean? Because like I have issues going out to store departments and whatnot and trying to find clothes to fit me. I'm 6'6", like it's hard to find clothes for a guy this tall, like, you know, and that's fashionable.
Yeah.
And also, without looking like a bozo, when I say bozo, it makes you zoom in on me here. Because when I talk about bozos, I'm talking about the guys that are wearing all the Monclers that look the same. I'm talking about the guys that wear all the Canada Gooses that all look the same.
The Zara outfits.
The Zara outfits. If you're a bozo, you know who I'm talking about. So, back to what I'm saying though, like, one of my friends just finished fashion school in Vancouver, and I was like, hey, listen, man, I want to design something. Can you help me out? And he's like, yeah, sure. He took me to my first fabric store called in Vancouver, and literally like I truly felt like I was home. Like it felt like a calling for me. Like I was touching, I was feeling my color palette on my eyes were just going super crazy.
A kid at a candy store, kind of.
Literally,
your eyes just lit up. You know,
honestly, like it was such a warm feeling. So once I had that first step in, I haven't looked back since. So I moved back to Toronto, and then in 2018, And I was just still trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how I could do it, and I had to figure out how to gateway myself into the fashion community in Toronto. And I had no connections at all. Like, even though I'm from the city, I had nobody to say, okay, you need to talk to this person. Okay, you need to talk to this person, and this, that. So when I got back, I told my dad, I'm like, yo, take me to the fashion, to where all the fabric stores are, or whatever, and that's on Queen Street for the most part. And from there, we really went rogue after that. Like, I just started picking out all kinds of different fabrics. I found a seamstress. She helped me put my stuff together because I do not sew, but I have crazy concepts and crazy color palette, like I said. So, like, I'm very, if I touch something, I visually already know what I want to make with it.
That's dope.
So, yeah, I've just taken what fashion has provided for me through the course of the years and everybody else, and tried to put my own spin on it to make it really
yours
fit my needs. I don't care about anybody else's, but fits my needs, you know. So
exactly. Well, once you wear something, people are gonna be like, "Hey, where'd you get that from?"
1000%.
You know.
So the process was like really was trial and error. And when I say trial and error, I'm literally like, I picked up 9 different fabrics. I put together 9 different pieces. I took those 9 different pieces and I was hitting the clubs like regular.
What?
Like I was hitting the club, I was hitting the pavement,
Jeez.
I was club hopping, and the best part that was so rewarding about it was just like, I'm looking at everybody else. Everybody's wearing all black.
And you stand out.
More black. And I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. So at that point, I stood out, and girls were coming up to me. Not that I have, not that I have a problem.
Toronto catties.
Not that I have a problem with the women or whatnot. It's just that like it was more self-rewarding and knowing like I'm watching this bozo pop bottles with the rest of his crew, and like it's cool,
one bottle,
right? And everybody's dressed in all black. The only thing that's hype is that you get the little sparklers coming through, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I feel wicked. Yeah. So to have people, not even just the females, but like the men, because that's who my market is, obviously.
That's your customers,
to have them come up to me and be like, yo, where'd you get that from? Yo, where'd you get that from? You know, it was just like, it was rewarding and saying, yeah, listen, I do this. This is, I'm just testing the waters right now. I can do something for you, and then literally it just was just a trickle. Yeah,
so you didn't go to Fabric Land, eh? No Fabric Land?
I surprisingly, I only go to Gland for like very like just minor details.
Like a zipper button?
Not even zippers, because like I have a zipper place for that, but like there's just like certain trims that you can't get in certain stores, and like finishing details on clothes, like Fabric Land has all that stuff. So you have to go in there, but no, I don't buy the fabric from there ever.
Okay. So who do you look up to in the fashion world?
This is such a great question, because everybody was asking me like, yo, who's like the person you look up to, and who's the person that you want to be like the most? And I say nobody. Like I don't have what I design. None of the other designers that have made it, that are mainstream, they don't design the same way I design. And when I say that, like they don't take the same risks I take with fabrics. You know what I mean? Like, whereas if you get into the fashion world, like if you get into couture, sure, couture is just everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how crazy can you make that design? Like, you know what I mean? To hit that runway. But when you get into like fashion, like daily fashion, and going out, dressing up, like that's where I really like to take the next step and jump over some boundaries and see what I can do and put out there, right? Because ultimately, when you get a Demaine Tyrone custom piece, which I'm inclusively sized, I do inclusive sizing.
You guys hear that?
Yeah, inclusive sizing. So like, if you guys see something that you like, just know that it's a one of 2. So that means only me and you have it. Me and you section is just me and you, not any other bozos. That's how that works.
Exactly.
The whole point of when you wear Demaine Tyrone custom piece is you are supposed to be the elephant in the room. Like, you step into a room, Will Smith could be right here, but people are like, yo, who just walked through the door here? Where'd you get that from? And that's what I'm striving for with my brand and what I do in the community and the world of fashion. I'm trying to get my piece,
I hear that. So, who would you like to style? Like, who do you have your eyes on? Like, my outfit will look so amazing on this person.
There's a few people that I would love to style. I'm going to start off with the Migos.
Hey, shout out to Migos.
The Migos for sure. Tory Lanez.
Canadian.
100%. Drizzy, of course, but that's the king of kings, so
Another Canadian.
I'm taking my way. I'm taking my time to get there. But Drizzy, I'm coming for you. That's why I told you that. And like, you know, like a lot of the guys down south, like those are my kind of guys, only for the simple fact that those guys really take fashion to like the next level. Exactly, like Young Thug and Young
Fabulous.
Thug.
I love Fabulous.
Fabulous is on the list. I actually just sent out an email to Emily B, so you better respond because I don't have a contact for Fabulous, but I seen your contact on there.
So but, Fabulous, Fabulous, my guy, DAMA hired you. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. All right. So let's talk about. We all know we're in this world now, and COVID is a thing. Unfortunately, has COVID affected any of your business?
COVID has affected me in many ways because, for the good and for the bad. One, I was supposed to be going to Paris Fashion Week next month, and Paris Fashion Week is not happening for me because it was supposed to be virtual.
Oh,
I'm gonna do a virtual show, and I'm I'm not like I've done one show already so far, and I got a lot of buzz off of it. I'm not going to do another show that's going to be virtually. I'm virtual. I'm not going to go. If I can't go to Paris to experience the whole, like, there's no point in me going.
So how do you even like get a chance to be a part of the fashion show in Paris? Like, what's the procedure?
Well, contacts. You know, the biggest thing I'll tell you guys, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. We've heard that through our entire life. Like, when you make a connection and a contact with somebody, genuinely, do it for the sole purpose of being genuine. Don't do it just for gains. The gains will always come after, but continue to stay humble and stay genuine in what you do in your life and who you connect with.
Tell me about your first fashion show that you attended or did.
The first fashion show that I attended would have been 2018 when I just moved home, and it was in October or November. I can't remember which month it was. And I went to have you heard of the fashion event Fashion Forward?
No, I haven't.
So there was this thing, somebody was like, yo, this event Fashion Forward, my sister came with me, and one of my friends, Rochelle Brown, she's a big time YouTuber. Big up yourself, Rochelle. You get her on here too.
She's Rochelle, we gotta come for you too.
Energy's different.
Okay.
But I went to that show when literally it was just a ton of black people there, and it was beautiful. Like, there was a lot of not black designers, but like just there was a couple of black designers. I don't remember the names. I have pictures, but it was amazing, and I was inspired. But I was also inspired to be like, everything that I see on the runway is kind of like, what's different about it, and like, is it something that I can incorporate into my brand or something that I want to do moving forward in the future, right? And I went to this event. I had the first piece that I ever made. My guy made it for me, sent it to me from Vancouver because he had my measurements, and it was a little bit wonky. It was really hot too, actually. It was like, I should never wore it because I was sweating bullets. But you know what, like. Fashion is fashion. You do what you gotta do, right?
So much things you gotta do when it comes to fashion.
So, long story short, went to that event, paused. I paused for like a couple of months, just brainstorming, and that's when I went to the fabric store, and that's when the seamstress I found, she really put me on game. So when that all happened, literally like, I got invited to another show. I went to one of my friends brought me to an event
in Toronto.
Okay. And the event was called Hollywood North something, and it was at the Thompson Hotel.
Okay, yeah.
So before it closed down, and literally from then, somebody was like, "Hey, I really like that. Like, you design clothes," and I was like, "Yeah, this is what I do for a living. I'm trying to get my break."
Yeah.
Literally after I was at the Thompson. The lady was like, "Yo, I want you to come to an event." She put my name down on a list. Put my name down on a list, and I was like, "Oh, okay." It's like. Now we're stepping up in the fashion room a little bit. I was like, feeling nice. Things are
happening.
Things were going. So I'm in there now, and I get to the show. The show she invited me, which was IFE, the show that I participated, but the 9th edition. So I'm there, and I have the suit that I designed. It's called the Poison Ivy Effect. When you guys look at my handle, so the Poison Ivy Effect, and I'm telling you, like, from when I stepped in, everybody was like, "Yo, who's this guy?" Like, and the people are coming up. "Can I take a picture with you? Can I do this? Have you thought about participating? Are you participating? Who made that?" And it was just the questions were endless, and I was like. I'm in the limelight a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I feel good, right?
Feel yourself.
Yeah. You know, like I'm big energy, big presence when I walk into any room for the most part. Like I know how to come in and control the room if I need to. So from there, like literally it was like after that event, 4 months later, I'm in a fashion show.
Whoa, that's
quick. And the fashion show has like 800 people in attendance. Like at least minimum 300 of the people there are like my people that I invited personally. That I was like, these people actually came out to come and show love. So
that's big. The support is real.
So Toronto really put on for me and they came out. So I appreciate everybody that came out to come support me. And that my 1 year anniversary is coming up. You know, March 7th was the day of the show. So and I mean we're here now. So
wait, you had to design all your clothing within 4 months?
14 pieces in 4 months.
Whoa, so so like day and night you were just working then?
Well, like pretty much I have a great seamstress, so like she was really good, but the whole like process behind it was like of getting my models there, finding the right models, and like all the models I hand selected all my models, which were all my friends. Only for the simple fact that like majority of them were my height, like I said, like you know, so like I source models that are my height. No disrespect to any of the guys that are not in my height bracket. It's only due to the fact that I actually really like my clothes. I like to wear my stuff. So like,
makes sense.
You know, like if you like it, you could have the second piece. Just pay me the price and we're good to go.
So wait, so someone like me, I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. But can I have for one of your pieces for my husband or something?
Of course. Like it's you know what, I do work within budgets. I mean like if your budget just happens not to be there, then it just happens not to be there. There's nothing I can actually do. Like the fabrics I use are expensive. The work that gets done it costs time, all that. Like you know what I mean? So if you really like something that much, you're gonna hit me for it and we're gonna make it happen.
So what if I'm a short dude and I say, hey, I really love this particular design. Can you make something for me? Are you willing to?
1000%.
Oh, okay. So not just for tall people. You're willing to make custom
I'm inclusive. Yeah, I do inclusive sizing. When I first started off the brand, I was like, oh, big and tall, because like I'm like, no one puts out for the big guys.
And tall.
You know, no one puts out for the big guys. And I was like, I had a lot of my friends that were not big and tall dudes, and they were like, yo, dude, are you gonna make something for the regular size guys? And I was like, yeah. I said, I got you. I said, so I had to go back to the drawing board, and then I had to think of a word that fit well with what I was trying to do. So inclusively sized clothing is what I do.
Okay.
And I have a lot of crazy concept, a lot of crazy different things that I'm sitting on right now that is like, I just want to give it to the world, but where are we going? You guys gonna go run the fashion show at your house?
Virtual,
you know what I'm saying? Like
virtually,
it's not working.
Virtual's not happening. Like it's not working for me either.
Yeah.
Like they're thinking about Caravana virtually, like doing Caravana virtually. Like put on your costume at home, put the music on in the background, and wine.
I will not be in attendance.
Me neither. I won't be there. You can count me out of that. Okay. You guys are fools. So what are you wearing today, from head to toe? Let's see. Even I see the grills, so make sure you include that in your head to toe.
You know the OVO hat. Shout out to this is after school special. This is my boy Rob. He does some crazy stuff. So he takes like all like different lettering from different brands and stuff like that, and his stuff is called After School Special.
That's different.
These are like limited drops. He comes up randomly when he says he's gonna drop something, and they sell out every single time.
From Toronto?
He's from Toronto.
What's his Instagram? Shout out his Instagram.
Rob did it. That's his name. Rob dot did it. Did dot it.
Jesus Lord, that's what I get.
That's his IG. That's his IG.
Let's try it again. Rob dot did it.
No. Rob dot did dot it.
Okay, sorry, Rob. It's your friend, yo. He did
my bad.
My
bad. My high school boy. You know, I got you, dog. Come for love, baby.
Alright, so the shades, the frames, where's that from?
Hakeem Optical.
Hey!
I am blind as a bat.
Hakeem Optical.
Hakeem Optical. I'm on a budget, baby. The pants, they're from Dewire. The reason I love, listen,
never heard of them.
DUER. They're a Vancouver-based company, but they have a store on Queen Street.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you guys my promo tag because I get a little hookup every time somebody purchases. You feel me?
Listen, I'm gonna put everything down below in the comment section, all the links and everything, so you guys are not missing out. And the kicks.
Wait. Hold on a second. Let me get back to the pants here just real quickly. I know I don't like really branding like other brands too much, but I really sign off on these pants only because one, I'm tall. Two, the flex is unbelievable. So if you're a dancer, if you do whatever it is that you do and you need that stretch, you have thick thighs, I'm telling you, you can do anything in these. Like,
thick thighs save lives.
Don't worry about bending down and like, you know, your ass crack is showing or you can't get to that bottom of the floor, but like you can do that in these.
Okay.
So, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The shoes,
the shoes. You know, the Jordans, you know, Chicago ones.
Alright.
Yeah, you know, this is a fan favorite. I get asked about these all the time too.
You're missing out my favorite part, the Paul Walls.
The grills. The grills. I got the grills from Kokora Designs. She's right across from the East Center. You know, like the little flea market of jewelers that are right across in the flea market, across from the East Center. Go check her out, Kokora Design. That's my lady, so take care of you. Tell her I sent you.
Alright, there you go. So you guys have got all the info, okay? And let's see, who sent you there? Who sent you there?
Who sent me the word? To Kokora? Oh, Demaine. Sorry, Demaine Tyrone.
Demaine sent you there.
Demaine Tyrone sent you there, guys. Don't forget. Please don't forget.
I love it.
The Last Dance.
Oh, God.
The Last Dance. That was a series.
So, Demaine Tyrone, that's your legal name?
Demaine Tyrone, that's my first and my middle name.
Government name.
Yeah, that's my first and my middle name.
Alright, so what made you decide to use that for your brand?
Well, I decided to use my name because I'm like, yo, all big name household names are Ralph Lauren and Coco Chanel and Tommy Hilfiger and you know the name is Ralph. I mean, like they just go on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? So Giorgio Armani. But anyways, the reason why Demaine Tyrone I used it because I felt like it had a good ring to it. One, and it's actually kind of crazy. So my dad's name is Tyrone Demaine.
Oh.
And my dad is also a fashionista, so like a lot of my fashion I get from my dad, like subconsciously without even knowing it, because he was one of those guys. You know, if you're a Caribbean person and your parents used to shop back in the day, you guys know about the household brands like Carl Kanai and Aniche and Academics and all that.
Congo.
You know, like all of that. Fubu. You know, like all of those things were like household, and my dad had all of that stuff. He'd go to New York you go to New York twice a year. Maybe sometimes more depending on the situation. And like the man would go down there and shop at the outlets. You guys remember they used to have the packaging of clear plastic. What size you need? You know, they just ship it out. So my dad had a lot of those, and during those times they didn't make those clothes for kids. They only made them for adults. You know, so subconsciously I really get it from my dad. My mom too, but my dad is really the man that's like
shout out Pops.
You know what I'm saying? Tyrone, you already know.
And the logo, how did you come up with the logo? It's a CN Tower in the middle.
It's actually crazy because a lot of people actually don't pay attention to like how detailed the logo really is. Like it's the D, the T, but it's the CN Tower as a sewing needle. And what I want people to know is that, yo, this is a real cut and sew operation. Like, you know, you don't buy something from me really unless it's like I haven't even decided to put on merchandise because I don't know if I really want to go down that route because I really want to be in that cut and sew realm. When you hear my prices are my prices. They're not because I just went to Champion like everybody else and bought a Champion hoodie. Like, you know what I mean? Or bought a blank that was already prefabbed, ready to go. So it's very important for me to really try and stay in that cut and sew realm. Okay. I mean, to help out my customers that potentially cannot afford some of my stuff because of pricing, I might end up going down that path just to help you guys out. But like, and if you guys want to support, I appreciate it, but as far as anything else, I really want to stay true to the brand of cut and sew because it's a very it's a very like niche. It's a niche market to order something from somebody online and be like, oh, yo, this was cut and sew, like this was made to order, like, you know, and you build better relationships with your customer when you're in a cut and sew market. You get to really get to know people more on an intimate level, and you know it builds brand wealth, I should say. That's the way I look at it.
So you guys hear that? That's some free tips right there, all right? And what would you say to someone who wants to come into this fashion design scene? Or what would you tell them?
Words of encouragement, I would say stay true to your brand and stay true to what you do. It's very important because at the end of the day, when you sign up to start a brand or some type of clothing, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you want to position yourself? Do you want to be short term or do you want to be there for the long haul? And, you know, my thing is like being a part of the long haul, right? So and your connections. Like I said before earlier on, like connections are very key. So go out there, network yourself. You know, if you have to do a few free things here and there, do it. You know, they say not all publicity is good publicity, but it is good publicity because your name is being put out there. That's not the way it goes, but I just kind of twisted it up a little bit. Okay. And yeah, there's a lot more, but like those are like the two I would really touch on. Yeah.
Okay. And so how can we purchase? How can the viewers reach out to you, purchase your items or?
My website is been under construction.
Okay.
So it's going to be up and running very soon. So you can reach out on my website or just reach out to me directly in my contacts on my Instagram. You can email me, call me. My number's up there. Like I'm not a hard person to get a hold of. I mean, even when I make it to the top, I still won't be a hard person to get a hold of because it's about staying true to who you are. And
don't forget the little people.
Yeah, some people become big and they forget about the little people, but that could never be myself, you know?
That's
just to touch on the topic here, I am partnered with a non-for-profit called KIP. And KIP is called, what that stands for is Kids with Incarcerated Parents. And they work with a lot of troubled youth, and the name is self-explanatory in itself. Like, so when, like, you know, where I'm positioning my brand and my company and my business is every sale, every purchase that's purchased off of my, like, you purchase a piece from me, a portion of that money is going to go help these kids and help develop programs. Like essentially, the long-term goal for myself is to start my own non-for-profit. And when I say that, I mean like I'm really going to take it to like a next level, whereas I really want to inspire the youth, whether they want to be fashion, whether it's arts, whether it's sewing, whether it's video editing, whether it's videography, you name it. And my whole thing is here to channel through people, all my contacts from the city, which I have a lot, and bring in these kids in. So pretty much I want to develop a college foundation for these kids. And I want you guys to really stay tuned to that because that's going to be very important with what I do with my company as a whole, to really separate myself from everybody else. So stay tuned for that because it's very important. And helping the youth because the youth are what carries. Like look what your son just said. He's telling you how to optimize during YouTube. Like you know what I mean? Like,
he knows.
It's crazy, right? And he's not that old. So like
true.
That stuff is very important for me.
I love that. That's amazing. So you guys make sure, you know, when you guys are shopping, you're also shopping for a cause. So that's big. I love that. And shout out your social media platforms.
YouTube, Demaine Tyrone, Instagram, Demaine Tyrone, Demaine Tyrone for TikTok, and my Twitter page, which is not up right now, but it will be up. Same thing. So yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another podcast of mine. Like I said, my name is Sasha Demaine. Follow me on Instagram at MissDamaine_the_plug. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to head over to my man Demaine Tyrone's page. And until next time, don't forget to stay prayed up.